Oh boy, what do we got here? We got more Friesians. Oh goodness gracious. Do you say that as I'm writing a Friesian? Okay. Well, Hollow, don't get upset. Don't get mad. You're fine. You're maxed anyway, so I don't know what the big deal is. Oh gosh, Manic is right here. Manic, you and your stepbrother go out in the pasture, and I will get Smokey boy. Smokey.
We're bringing this back to life.
Oh, Smokey, look at the pretty flower. It matches you. Hey y'all, it's Buckety 2017, and welcome to another video. Today we got the new Friesians out, and with the new colors and everything, I think a lot of people have been waiting for these colors. I know I have been for a while, and I think these are the colors that are probably going to be the dressage horses, since one of the colors is one of the colors that my club used. So I don't know. We're gonna check it out. No! And I'm going to feel a little bit guilty buying one of these new Friesians because I have a deer horse in my stable called Love Manic. He was actually a horse that I bought for a friend of mine that passed. Yeah, so we're not gonna get into that. So let's smoke now. We're going over here whether you like it or not, and you are not going to talk to Manic the way you normally do. You're going to treat him with the utmost respect. Oh, did they? Oh, wait, never mind, they didn't. I thought they put the Friesians in here for a second.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Dang, I saw this one, and they call it a silver one, but it looks more like a white one to me. Dolphin horse? Dolphin horse? Who's a dolphin horse? So, I think the most excited one I would be excited about would be the silver/white one. I know that they say it's silver, but it's more of a white one than a silver. If you look at the Generation 2 Friesian, it's a bit more silver. This is more like a mixture, but if you really just look at it, I guess you could say it's like an in-between. See, like this is white. Is it? Yeah, that's white. But let's name this horse real quick. Alright, y'all, for this horse, I'm actually going to base him off of a steer, or in other words, a cow that I have right now. And his name is Shiloh. If you guys don't really know me, I live on a ranch and I show cattle. So I have this steer named Shiloh, and he is actually my first smoke steer that I've ever had. So he's kind of like a silverish color, and I want to remember him dearly. His last show is going to be in about 2 weeks from the day I post this video, or maybe a bit sooner. So I want to name this horse Cloud Era. Cloud, not only because this horse is silver and he is silver, but because Shiloh is just so fluffy. Shiloh just has so much hair. He's so fluffy. I work on his hair every night, and he never disappoints me on just how fluffy he is. And then Era, however you pronounce the second word, probably won't pronounce it right either way. I'm going to choose this word just because of how many different personalities he has. Like, you don't know what different personalities he's ever gonna have one day. He acts so serious and mature one day, but if you put him out in the wide open spaces and pasture and everything, he runs, he bucks, he kicks. He acts like a little playful calf. Like, he's so childish out there, and when I give him new feed or something he doesn't like or does like, he sometimes shows his teeth. He's sometimes just a goofball, and he just has so many personalities, which I think this era, Aurora describes really well. So I'm going to name this horse this for now. If Shiloh does really well at his show, I will change this era to perhaps champion. I mean, I'm not saying that he isn't a champion right now, but I'm just saying. Alright, so now we are going to move on to this one, which I am going to feel so guilty of buying because of Love Manic in my stable. This one's going to be difficult to name, I think. Let's go ahead and name this horse and see what I come up with. Alright, yeah, so after a while, I finally came up with a name for this Oreo Generation 3 Friesian, and that is Ace Brother. This one actually has a meaning behind it with the other horse that I'm going to buy with it, and I will be explaining the rest of the video. But I will say this for right now: Ace, for obvious reasons, because Ace is black and white, and Brother is the part that I will be explaining later in the video that will connect with this other horse over here. So So let's go ahead and buy Ace Brother and get over to that third Friesian. Alright, so I feel like this one is maybe a tint darker of a black compared to the one that's over here. It looks like they're the same, but this one just has more white on it. If I was picking between these two, I'd definitely go with one with the white. Sorry, Hollow Beauty over there. So, yeah. Okay, this horse is going to be a stallion, and it's going to be a weird name when you first look at it and you think, wow, this is a stallion, but just hear me out on it, okay? So I'm going to name this black and white one Blind Flower. It's a weird name for your stallion. I know you'll probably think it's a mare, but it's actually not. It's going to be a stallion. I will be explaining that later in the video with all of these horses combined, mainly with the Oreo one that was over here. So let's go on to the stable and I will start explaining that. Oh my goodness, here they are, all lined up in the stable. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, Cloud over there is looking so pretty. Oh man, don't show Manic. Manic better stay out in pasture right now. So this is not gonna go good for him. I'm gonna talk to him. Alright, so for the explanation of these two horses, I'm going to start off with Ace Brother. So for this horse, believe it or not, it's going to represent another cow that I have of mine, and he's very small, but he is actually really patched up black and white, and I will show a picture up on the screen right now. His name is Pongo, and he is absolutely adorable. He is very sweet, but he's probably going to grow big and strong, just like this Friesian is. He's all patched up, speckled up, and the thing is that he has a patch of white on his forehead, just like this Friesian. So that was definitely a plus for me of this horse representing Pongo. But the Ace part is pretty obvious, but what about the brother part of his name? So Pongo has a friend named Hugo, and that's what the other horse is going to represent. Hugo is actually blind in one eye, and that represents the blind part in his name. Because he is blind, he doesn't really know where to go for feed. And once we unloaded these guys off the trailer, Hugo did not want to leave Pongo's side. So Pongo is pretty much like a brother to Hugo, and I want to remember that in Pongo. That's probably never going to change in Hugo, even though we have to separate them in some sort of way, because in the show ring they're not going to be side by side. But not only to separate them so Hugo can have some more independence by himself and know the sound of grain using his ears and hearing our voices, knowing that we're okay. Brother is in Ace's name is pretty much just Pongo being such a dear brother to Hugo. He takes care of Hugo a lot, and when we separated him, Hugo didn't know where the feed was. So Pongo was done with his feed, and Hugo didn't know where his feed was. So he got Hugo's attention through the other side of the fence, and he directed him towards the feed, like, hey, it's right here, your feed is right here. And once he did that, Hugo started eating. Keep in mind that both of these steers slash cows came from two different areas, so they are not actually brothers. They just became friends during the ride home. I think that Pongo and Hugo are definitely going to be best friends, and it's not gonna change. Alright, and now for Blind Flower. We figured out why there's the word blind in this horse's name, but we don't know what the word flower means in Hugo's horse's name. I don't know how you want to call this horse. Blind, just because he's blind. And Flower, I know this is very, very girly-ish for a stallion horse, but Hugo in real life, he turned out to be one of the goofiest and fragile, gentle steers that we've ever had, even though he's partially blind. We scratch him almost every night. Ever since he gained our trust, he will not move out of the way for us unless we scratch him. He acts crazy when he is scratched. He's just a goofball and such a hairball too, which is where Flower comes in. Whenever I think of flowers, I think of gentle, happy, joyful. Think of Hugo, and I don't really know how to explain Hugo a little bit. Hugo is pretty selfless and wants to please everybody that he meets, and I just feel like if there were anybody else with him, he would not really trust them as much as he trusts us. And I'm not just saying that because we have him, I'm just saying that because we worked him very slow, while other people might have not. In the pictures, Hugo seems to be all black, but when I started to work on him a little bit, I did start to realize that he does have some white on him, and you can't really see it as well. It's just near on his flank a little bit, but it's very hard to see. But these two white stockings are absolutely adorable on this Friesian, and it just reminds me of Hugo. I also really wanted to remember that Hugo was partially blind, because he was like the first steer I've ever encountered blind. The night that we got home with Pongo and Hugo after a long road home, I turn on the trailer light and I see this white spot on Hugo's eye, and we did not see that before in the pasture or anything like that. So I'm just like, I think Hugo is blind. I think this calf is blind in one eye. I don't think he could see, because that is the side that he's stuck to Pongo most of the time. I think as long as he knows that I'm here for him and the people that he knows are there for him, he's going to be alright. Alright, well, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and be sure to comment down below which Friesian is your favorite out of all of them so far. I know that they are coming out with one more, which is another black and white one. I feel like it's going to be in the horse app just because it's an odd number of 7 Friesian colors, and they have to at least put one horse in the app, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the app. So be sure to comment down below what is your favorite Friesian so far out of here. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Grape Herd. And if you don't know what the Grape Herd is, it's pretty much me dressed up like a ginormous grape right here, and my toast looking like steed over there, covered up in purple tack, which is pretty much grape jelly on him. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And without further ado, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!